Owning a home has long been considered one of the best investments, and it's no secret that current market conditions and public policy climate is making it more difficult to buy and or sell a home. Ron Phipps is president of the National Association of Realtors and joins us today to set the record straight about the housing market. Good morning, Ron. Great to have you with us.
Hey, Nikki, great to be with you.
Well, let me ask you this first and foremost. What is the current state of the housing market in New Mexico?
Well, New Mexico actually, I think, in some ways represents the rest of the country. We're seeing some stabilization across the board, although we're seeing the number of units drop off a bit. That is the number of sales.
Okay.
And that, in large part, Nikki, is due to the fact it's harder to get a mortgage. Before the craziness of 2005 to 2008, the average credit score, FICO score, for the average consumer was about 720. Today, in reaction to the craziness, it's 760.
Wow.
So a lot of people who would be homeowners are having difficulty stepping over that threshold to qualify for the financing. And we think we need to bring the pendulum back to center so that 720 range, so people who want to buy have that option.
Well, let's take a look at the realities. I mean, what are some proposed changes from Congress and the government right now?
Well, that's what we're really distracted by. There are several things they're proposing and making it harder for people to obtain financing. Number one, they've been lowering the FHA limits in many areas.
Okay.
Secondly, they want to increase the amount of down payment to 20% down. Now, people with less than 20% down might be able to get or should be able to get financing, but they're going to pay a higher cost. So we want to make sure that we stay at the 3.5%, 5%, or 10% down for those people so that they have access. Incidentally, 2/3 of all of the mortgages written last year had less than 20% down. And if you made the requirement for 20% down, it would take the average family between 11 and 13 years to come up with the 20%. So we think that's very corrosive to a stabilization of the market.
Well, Ron, you're in D.C. right now. What about some of the things that they're talking about right now out of D.C.? That we're hearing about some of these changes. Can you talk a little bit about some of these proposed changes that we've been hearing about on the news?
Well, what we're pleased about is there's some good news. For example, there was a proposal that was rolled out yesterday to help 800,000 to 1 million people that have negative equity or no equity in their houses so they can refinance. And you want to certainly help people that are in their houses that are having difficulty with the payments to work through that. But some of the other things that we're concerned about is a conversation regarding mortgage interest deduction would really be a challenge, particularly in a state like New Mexico where there's so many homeowners that take advantage of that deduction. So we're looking to protect that. We're looking to make sure we don't require 20% down, to make sure there's a flow of capital and that the loan limits go back to the September 30th numbers rather than where they are now.
Well, this is really only the beginning of a very important conversation that we could really spend the whole hour talking about. So just tell our viewers for now, where can they go for more information?
Nikki, one of the best things they can do is go to www.houselogic.com. It's got information for home buyers, home sellers, homeowners, investors, etc. And also remember to contact your local realtor. They can give you the best information about your immediate market area.
Fantastic. So helpful. Thank you so much, Ron, for being with us.
My pleasure.
Thank you. And moms know everything, don't they? Come back and you'll find out.